I'll be honest, I keep forgetting what I'm supposed to be talking about because I'm just having such a great time with this bike. Hey everybody, I'm Ethan, and today we're checking out the Gen3 Outcross electric fat tire bike. Next on Now Let's Review. All right, so we have the Gen3 Outcross, and let me just start by saying this bike is gorgeous. Look at it, seriously a gorgeous bike, really, really nice looking. The paint job is awesome, beautiful color as well, looks great in the light. The battery integration is also excellent. It is perfectly integrated into the frame. It's also super easy to get in and out, pops right out. This is a 500 watt hour battery, gives it a claimed range of 35 miles, so pretty decent range. The throttle is on the left handlebar, which, as I've said in previous videos, I have a big problem with. Grips are nice. Brakes are pretty good as well. They are mechanical, which is a bit disappointing. We have a 500 watt Bafang hub motor that puts out a maximum output of 1,000 watts. We have a Shimano Tourney 7-speed transmission. We have front suspension on this bike, and it is pretty decent. The other thing you're probably going to notice about this bike is that the tires are massive. This has 26 by 4-inch tires. These are the biggest tires of any bike that we've tested so far. They look good though. They built the frame around them well. They don't look too big for the bike. Overall, I would say this is a very well put together bike. If we turn it on over here, pretty simple display here. Got your odometer, your speed, and I think this is your trip distance and your little battery level up there. Oh no, I'm sorry, this is your pedal assist level. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 levels, cadence sensing, and you can cycle through with the mode button. You can choose between seeing your trip distance, your trip time, your odometer. The headlight is decently bright actually. I can see that it's casting light on my hand. If I turn it off, I'll be able to see that it actually does make a difference. Again, it is the middle of the day. It's very bright, so not super easy to tell, but it is a decently bright headlight. So this gorgeous frame is aluminum, makes it relatively lightweight for the size. I guess it's 65.3 pounds, so it is heavy for a bike, but I mean, it is about the weight I would expect for an e-bike of this size. The motor also makes 80 Newton meters of torque, so it's got a little bit of punch in the low end. Welds look good. Overall, just the quality and the fit and finish of this bike is really, really nice. I will say I wish you could buy a more premium version of this bike that had nicer components, like, you know, a better motor, maybe hydraulic brakes, maybe some rear suspension as well. But for this bike being what it is excellent. It's really high quality. Okay, so throttle will not work unless you have pedal assist in mode 1 or higher. So right now, pedal assist 1 will only get you up to like 10 or 11 miles an hour. I'm gonna go 5 because I want to get to the trail. So this is a class 2 e-bike, so it's limited to 20 miles an hour as a top speed. Obviously frustrating for someone who lives in the United States because our e-bikes are allowed to go up to 30. Ride though is really smooth. It's a nice bike. It only has the front suspension, but I mean, the huge tires are really gonna help with the ride comfort. Now, if you're riding around on a bike that is as stylish and good looking as the Gen3 Outcross, you're probably gonna want some shoes that are equally as good looking. Thankfully, you can go to Kariyuma and pick up a pair of awesome looking shoes for yourself. And not only do these shoes look great, they are sustainably made, eco-friendly, and will last a very long time. I've had my Kariyumas now for several months, been wearing them every single day, and they are holding up super well. They look great. Now, if you're not a fan of high tops, which I clearly am, I have 2 pairs here, and then the other pair I'm wearing, all from Kariyuma. They have plenty of other styles and options you can choose from on their website. So if you're interested in getting an awesome looking, super comfortable, and eco-friendly pair of shoes, head on over to the link below and check out Kariyuma. As far as trail riding, this is the first time I've taken it on the trail. And I can say right away that it feels great. It feels really, really nice to ride in the woods. The big tires though, the 26-inch tires really, really help with the ride off-road. I just want to say how solid the bike feels. Even though it is a hardtail, it just doesn't rattle or make any kind of concerning noises. I mean, you can hear a little bit of that rattling, that's just the chain, but it's no components of the bike are rattling or making any kind of concerning noises. And you get that with a lot of the cheaper e-bikes. You get these like shaking, rattling noises that just, you know, don't make you feel very confident, but everything about this bike feels really, really solid riding through the trails here. With the exception of the brakes. I will say the brakes are not the best. I really, really wish that this bike had hydraulic brakes, because it would just match the rest of the quality of this bike, which is really, really high otherwise. The motor's pretty quiet. And you know what? For being 500 watts, it's got some good torque. All right, so let's see how the pedal assist does up the hill. Oh, wow. This bike is really nimble, like surprisingly so, because with the tires this big, I really would have thought it would be a little harder to move around, but this thing feels fantastic. Wow, I'm really impressed with this bike. Tires grip well. I mean, you can see they're huge. They got plenty of surface area. Wow, the pedal assist is really, really good. The engagement is quick. The disengagement is really quick. This might even rival the pedal assist of the Rad City 5, which was the best cadence sensing pedal assist system I've ever used on any bike. And I would honestly say this is right up there. Almost instant engagement, almost instant disengagement. And I haven't had a single instance of the motor keeping on going after I stop pedaling. Really, really well-tuned cadence sensing. All right, so I found a nice flat section right here. I'll show you the throttle response. Get off me, damn horseflies. F***. I'll show you the throttle response. It is a bit delayed, so ready? I'll give it full throttle. Now it starts picking up. It's got pretty good acceleration. It's not like blisteringly fast or anything, but it has good acceleration. Ooh, just got some air there. And a large bug in my eye. The handling is really impressive, considering the tire size. I really thought this would be harder to throw around than it is, but you can super easily, this is a very maneuverable bike. It feels so light. I don't want to make any premature claims here, but this may be my favorite fat tire bike, with the exception of the Ariel X-Class, because that one will always be my favorite purely just because of the speed and performance and everything. But man, as a bike that I actually want to ride like a real bike, this one might be the best. Again, I really, really just wish the brakes were hydraulic. You shouldn't by any means let the mechanical brakes that this has be a reason not to get this bike. So far, I see zero reason why you shouldn't buy this bike, especially considering the relatively affordable price tag. This doesn't ride like a hardtail. It rides like it has a little bit of give. It rides like it has a swing arm with a little bit of suspension, because the tires are just so nice. And it just climbs hills so well. This isn't a super steep hill, but I haven't had to pedal at all. I'll be honest, I keep forgetting what I'm supposed to be talking about because I'm just having such a great time with this bike. You can get better bikes than this. Obviously you can. But you can't get better bikes than this and still have a lot of money left over, which I think is where this bike really shines. All right, so one of the only other complaints I have with this bike, other than the brakes being mechanical, is, like I said, the top speed. 20 miles an hour just sucks if you live in America, because you're allowed to have bikes that go faster. So to summarize with this bike, the seat is too firm. The thumb throttle is, first of all, a thumb throttle. I would like it to be a twist throttle. And second of all, it's on the wrong side. It needs to be on the right-hand side. I've said this before and I will stick by it. And then the only other thing is that the brakes are mechanical and not hydraulic. But other than that, this is a very, very impressive bike. I was not expecting to be as impressed with this bike as I am. I'll be honest. I thought it was just gonna be another typical fat tire bike. But all right, so here we'll test the brakes, all right? So from 22 miles an hour. Yeah, so I mean, not the best. Starting from basically a dead stop on a very steep hill. It's accelerating up the hill. This is the steepest part too, and it's just accelerating. The handlebar height is really good. This rider position is so comfortable. It's just got that slightly forward lean to it, but it's mostly upright, not gonna be hard on your back. You could ride this thing for hours and not be sore. So again, the range of the bike is 35 miles. 35 miles is fine. I like bigger ranges, but that comes with bigger battery, which means more expensive, which means no longer is it an affordable bike. Being affordable and delivering this level of quality is really impressive. I would say this, if it is still on sale for $11.99 and you're considering this bike, you should buy it. If it's not on sale, if it still costs $16.99 and you're considering this bike, you should still strongly consider this bike. It is really, really impressive. I am very, very happy with it. I think Gen3 has created an amazing product. Honestly, this bike is really, really nice and I really like it. So to wrap things up, I think the Gen3 Outcross is an exceptional bike for the money. If you want a fat tire electric bike and you're on a budget, the Gen3 Outcross should be on the top of your list. It delivers exceptional performance, great build quality, fantastic ride comfort, and overall is just a solid option at any price point, but especially considering how affordable it is. Anyways, that wraps it up for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think about this bike and if you'd be interested in it. Also, give this video a thumbs up if you like it, share it with a friend, subscribe to the channel if you're interested in reviews of electric bikes or electric scooters or electric cars or electric skateboards or electric motorcycles. We've got lots of cool stuff in the works, so stay tuned and we will see you next time. Now let's review.